Hey, this is Abala speaking, doing a One Piece late review, and this is going to be chapter 1035 and 1036, and the reason is holidays. Plus, there's not a bunch of people watching this, so it doesn't really matter. So, here we go. We start with the cover page of the first chapter, and it's a Germa cover story and the escape of Whole Cake. This is going to be very interesting. Well, I'm hoping it is. I wonder what this is going to lead up to. So the chapter title is Zoro vs. King, and it turns out that Sanji, in fact, and which is very surprising, Sanji in fact did take the W. He won. He won. This is very. I was hoping King Queen would do more, but I guess that's it. He's knocked out. He broke some tooth, and he did send him flying. And Sanji recovers the rat. He's getting a little flashback here, and then he passes out. And we go back to King and Zoro. Zoro slices off King's face, and apparently the mask comes off. And King is looking really decent here. And it appears like just for saying information about him, the government gives 100 million berries. And King is looking. I'm not gonna lie, he's looking kind of good. King's design is pretty cool. And King does an attack called, what's it called? Imperial Flaming Wings. Well, this dragon emerges from King's sword. It's like a flaming dragon and just engulfs the soldiers. This is pretty neat. And King's face, I'm not gonna lie, he looks better in his human form, because his pterodactyl form doesn't look that good. It looked better with the mask. So the onslaught begins again. The fighting begins. Zoro using full King's Haki in his attacks. And the battle begins. So I guess Zoro determines that his abilities has to do something special with his race, but it has nothing to do with him. And Zoro does a new attack here. King of Hell, 3-sword style. And we get a flashback. We get a flashback here of King and Kaido, young Kaido, really young Kaido. And it appears they're escaping. And we see they're talking, and it appears they're doing experiments on King. And Kaido states, "Oh, a Lunarian." He pretty much stated, "Do you want to stay up or he being a guinea pig?" And the interesting part here is that King actually asks him, "Can you change the world we live in?" And Kaido responds, "I'm the only one who can change it." So this is very interesting. Kaido's character is becoming more and more intriguing, and I'm really pondering. I don't think he's gonna die. I think he's becoming more and more important for this overall story. And we find out that King's name is actually Albert, but Kaido, I guess, switches his name, and from that day, I guess King Albert became Kaido's right hand man. And this looks like Punk Hazard, or like another facility that's like Punk Hazard, because we see it's burning and they're escaping. So this is very interesting to me. I can see the parallels here between pretty much. This is pretty much the same thing with Luffy and Zoro, because when Luffy busted Zoro out of prison, Kaido also did the same thing. Well, he busted himself out, but now he busted King. So there's a lot of parallels here between them. This is very interesting. I want. And in SPN's Oda said that we were going to be surprised by the ending of Wano. So the only way I could be surprised is if Luffy straight up loses. That's the only way I want to be surprised. Luffy admits defeat to Kaido. That's the only way I'm going to be surprised. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I don't know how he's going to make us surprised. Because if it's just going to follow the normal trend, oh, Luffy wins and that's it, and party time and all that stuff, it's not going to be that surprising. Then we go back to the fight, and I guess Zoro finishes his attack. It's called Purgatory Onigiri, King of Hell Purgatory. And the attack looks similar to the one that Dual Swordsman did when Yamato was a little girl in the cave. The flames are on. So I guess Zoro figured something out. Oh, this is pretty neat. Zoro does a haki push, a King's haki push, to push his sword. Because King was doing that transforming blade again to try to remove his swords again. But he doesn't. And for the first time, Zoro actually cuts Bird Dance. Yeah, he does cuts King. So apparently this is kind of, well, it's an epic fight, but how would you say? Apparently Zoro has figured out that every time that King's flame disappear in his back, when his flames are in his back, he's alright. Yeah, pretty much when his flames are in his back, how do you say he's not? How do you say? When the flames, I'm just getting screwed up here. When the flames are in his back, he can't be hurt. But when they disappear, his speed increases. But that's when he can be hurt. Apparently. And King saying some, I don't know, pretty controversial topic. You're biologically incapable of defeating me? I don't know. If you keep your... And King is pretty much lazy now. He's does extra large Imperial flame wings. So I want extra large. I want an extra large burger. Extra large pizza, please. And he does this new attack again, but this time differently. It's called King of Hell 3 Swords Serpent. Now, oh, this one's different. Serpent. 103 Mercis Dragon Domination. And this attack cuts through the dragon and pretty much cuts through. We see him like behind King. It pretty much cuts King wings off his sword, and it's pretty much game over for King. Because we'll see with the next chapter, because I'm new to. But I think it's game over because Oda's trying to wrap this up. Because in the latest SBS, and he was saying that he's still surprised that it's lasted so long. So I guess he's trying to wrap it up. So he's not going to prolong these First Division Commanders fights. Since Sanji, I thought was going to go on for a couple more chapters, but apparently no. It's game over. And that's where the chapter ends. This is an epic fight. And I honestly think that once this gets animated, it's going to be incredibly good. It's still good. But I was hoping maybe more, 2 chapters of dedicated fight, maybe. Because, I don't know. It's a good chapter. It finishes off this fight, which means we only got a couple more fights and it's over. And then we go back to now we're in chapter 1036. And I guess no cover page. Today we're doing a color spread. And we see it's the Happy New Year's because it's New Year's, the tiger, year of the tiger. And we see an actual tiger. And they're in a frozen city. Can we foreshadow some stuff here? Usopp by himself here with the number 4. Zoro with the number 2 here because he's number 2, obviously. Who has number... Sanji should be number 3 because Jinbei has number 10 because he's a 10 member. And they have ratings. Every drop in the ocean counts. Robin is nice. Trying to make Chopper jump down. Scared of the ice, I guess. Sanji simping to Nami, like always. So we get off where we left off. The fight has ended. Zoro is victorious. And we get another flashback. Kaido, are you still under the belief, King? You think I'm Joba? Oh wow. Is this the world? Though is the world I'm creating really the one you wished for? And it's pretty much, well, it's kind of different because Zoro has his own ambitions, and he says, "No, legends are legends. Now I seek nothing from any." So it appears some time has happened because Kaido didn't have this tattoo here, or did he? He had long sleeves. So yeah. So pretty much some time has passed. He still doesn't. This is pre-Wano. I guess they haven't made it to Wano yet, and I guess something has changed, or they realized that he wasn't. Because you think I'm Joy Boy, and I guess Kaido's also realized he's not Joy Boy because now he's drinking, and he says no, just continue being the strongest, and won't lose any fight either. I'll make you the Pirate King, and this is This is very contrast to like Zoro's promise to Luffy, and I won't lose any fight either. From now, from today, I beat him, become the greatest swordsman. I will never lose again. Got a problem? So this is pretty. I wonder why Oda is doing this. Oda doesn't really have to do this, but for some reason, is Oda trying to make us sympathize with King, and not just King but Kaido also. I think Oda's gonna pull something pretty insane in this arc. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be pretty crazy here. And the parallels here are pretty good. And Zoro doesn't attack because he's falling. King continues to fall and his wings completely cut. Winner Zoro. Why does this solo? Oh my god. It's because of the R's. How do you say? Japanese can't pronounce, well, it can't pronounce L's. So it becomes like something like that. It has something to do with R's. And we see that there's someone looking, and Zoro jumps back using like a hockey push. And we go back to the masked one. So there's 3 Super Zoro agents. And they're pretty much stating that all hell's broken loose. The Toby Rope are all down. All the Toby Rope. King has just been defeated. All the Toby Ropes are down. There's still 2 monsters in this battle. Who can render all this valiant effort futile? So pretty much saying Big Mom and Kaido can still render all this futile. And we see King. It's funny here because Law is dodging, I guess, Law here. And Kid is actually defending himself from Metal. Can he control Metal? Like, what's happening here? Or maybe he can't control it once it becomes a homie. Huh. No, wait, but then Napulon did get I guess his magnetism doesn't work anymore because it's not happening. And we see that even this is pretty much saying a hostage situation that's gonna fall. It doesn't matter the outcome. But we see Momonosuke trying to pull it. It's not gonna happen. Then we see a little cute Yamato chibi here picture. She's smiling and she's headed downwards towards the spirit that's about to blow up the whole castle. I wonder if it's I wonder if Onigashima's gonna blow up in the sky and be like a huge firework. Potentially. And we get to finally see the final number Rocky, which is 6. And he's sleeping and his design looks like something I've seen in like Western movies, but I can't quite picture it. But he does look like that. Like some Western movie stuff design. So Yamato requests the help of Fuji to beat this guy up, and this guy gets the biggest F wake up of the new year. This guy gets plowed through. He doesn't get pierced, but he still gets plowed through. And now Fuji and Rocky are gonna fight, I guess. Yeah, because he's still up. Fugi, Rocky. So they're fighting. And he's a centaur, so I guess he uses that to his advantage. So the fight's still going on. And we go back to Usopp of all people. So Usopp's fighting. He's doing skull blast grass, which creates a skull. Oh, this is pretty funny. Oh, Sir Usopp, leave me. Take Kiko. No, Master Kini, I am done for. Oh, cool. I'll leave you both and save my own skin. And it's pretty funny because Usopp's getting mad here. Wait, then why did I even show up? And your death wishes. Yeah, exactly. What's it with their death wishes? Harakiri. Pretty much saying he's not a fan of this culture. And he's pretty much stating that he clings to life. And this is, I don't know if this is contradictory to his ambition. So pretty much, because Usopp wants to be a brave warrior of the sea. That's his goal. But since he's always clinging to life and being coward and running away from stuff, he can't achieve this. So the only way I see his achieving his goal is if he dies he faces his fears and confronts death. Instead of running away, he confronts death itself. And only then he could become like a brave warrior of the sea. And that's when Izo shows up and defends him. Giving him a scold. And Usopp has no clue who that is. Izo, they do. And it pretty much says don't speak. This pretty much says that Kiko and Izo won't probably die. Because they said we'll talk later. And this is very parallel. This, to me, reminds me of Marineford. Didn't this exact scene happen in Marineford? Where she was like backing Luffy as Luffy retreated to save Ace? I believe this happened. And the most disappointing part about this is Usopp reattached Kinemon. How is this dude? He should be dead. Like, this is ridiculous. And then we get to the other fight, and it appears they're... What the appears they're both paralyzed with a paralyzing jutsu. And they're burning themselves alive. And Raizo's already on fire. It was Fukurokujo here. Is not on fire. And he's pretty much saying, I am a vassal of Odin. I call this heat. This heat, don't even feel it. So pretty much it's a standoff. I can't believe this is happening. This fight should be over. So, whatever. I don't know what this is going to lead to. And we get back to this, oh my, insufferable Orochi. How is he still... Why don't you just slit his throat already? And apparently she's going to play a song for him that he always likes. The one I love, of course. And Apu's here. You got Skatable. Those guys are bad news. And this guy's stomping through it. And a pair of Zanki has lost. CP0s are tough. And Drake has been off-screen, pretty much. This fight is over. But he did say he was tough. So, very disappointing on Drake's part. Even in a hybrid form, he couldn't handle CP0. And this guy used one hand to beat Zaki. Or Zenki. Because he's always holding the mask. So, these guys are no joke. And they're pretty much told that they have to get out. They have to catch Nico Robin and leave the castle. So they can't be seen here. Because the lead performers are down. and we see Zoro. Why is Apu here? Like, he hasn't done anything. Killer and Sanji's elbow has returned back to normal. And then we see Kid, Big Mom, and Law. And he's saying that pretty much they have to get out of here. Take me, Robin, and get out of here. I wonder if they're all going to succeed. Because if they do, it'd be an excuse for Luffy to go to Mary Jo's and try to resolve whatever's going down there. But if Robin gets captured again, it's going to be a little... I don't know. It shouldn't work. Like, that's kind of dumb. But either way, we'll see where this goes. Now we finally see the final chapter and the most interesting part about this, where I think the outcome of this battle is going to be different from what we've expected. The limit of human beings can achieve. Don't you think I already hit the limits a human being can achieve? And the fight goes on. Luffy does a punch. He does a kick, but he pulls back an arm. But he gets clubbed in the head with Conqueror's Haki. And Kaido gets knocked with a rock gun in the face. Conqueror's Haki too. Base form. No gear fourth. And here's the intriguing part. Both of them are laughing. Both of them are panting and laughing. Both of them get knocked down at the same time, but they all both get up at the same time, both laughing. This is the first time in One Piece history that Luffy has had a fight like this. And he states, "I'm having fun now. So am I." Both Kaido and Luffy see themselves as equals, and both are smiling. I like this. I really like this. In my opinion, I can't see Kaido as a villain right now anymore because of this. So I don't know where this is gonna end. How is this gonna end? What's gonna be the final battle? But I like this. I don't know where Oda's going with this, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Other than that, this is a great chapter to start off the year, and we'll see where this goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and peace out.